All right, you are live.
Thought you should know, God, you said really good on the show. When you twisted the flow, I felt the gravity letting you go. You got my heart, you got my soul. You got me spinning, I'm about to lose control. This is my life, that's on the line. You got me worried that I'm going out my mind. I'm on my mind. Frozen in smoke, it's like a wildfire burning the snow. You're killing me slow, a deadly weapon with a microphone. Killing me slow, slow, slow. You got my heart, you got my soul. You got me spinning, I'm about to lose control. This is my life, it's on the line. So call me crazy, I'm obsessed. Have to get this on my chest, I'm on my mind. Yeah. My mind. Let's go. Hit it, watch me spit it, watch me turn up on the floor. Did it, see you wishing you were with me. I see you watching my body, popping it up. My music rocking it up, with parties dropping it up. You got my soul, you got me spinning, I'm about to lose control. You got me spinning, I'm about to lose control. My favorite melody, I need my control, my control. Call me crazy, I'm obsessed. Call me crazy, I'm obsessed. Call me crazy, I'm obsessed. You got my heart, you got my soul. You got me spinning, I'm about to lose control. This is my life, that's on the line. You got me worried that I'm going out my mind. I'm alright, you got my heart, you got my soul, you got me spinning, I'm about to lose control. This is my life, it's on the line. So call me crazy, I'm obsessed. Have to get this off my chest, I'm on my mind. Drew, and SDW. Peace out.
What is up,
The reason I went
everybody?
with Primo
How's it
is
going?
because
Oh,
first,
whoop, messed that all up. What's up, everybody? How's it going? Bub Meadows sitting here with Mr. Gary Nash. How you doing, brother?
Oh, doing wonderful, man. How are you doing?
Good. Real good. Yeah, a lot of people don't know who Gary Nash is, and I do. I know you a little bit from the Outlaw series, and just hanging out with people and people talking about you and seeing you around, your family around. So I wanted to get you on live and get everybody caught up with who Gary Nash is and where he come from, and all the things that your fans might or your soon to be fans, because you
Yeah,
get bigger and bigger the way you're racing, bro. I'm telling you. Um, but
it's all
yeah,
up.
so yeah, so Gary Nash, Gary, where are you from? Where are you located, and when did you get into wheeling?
So, I live in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Lived here all my life, and I've started out riding motocross at a young age. I was like 2 years old with a dirt bike and training wheels, and raced dirt bikes for a while. Had four wheelers. Then, as I got older, got 16, started driving. I got into Jeeps. My buddies, they had cab trucks and Jeeps and buggies too. So we started wheeling around here. There, we had Etna Mountain that was big with Wes and everybody. We all stomped the same grounds. We had Lewis Chapel and Bakewell, so we got a lot of areas around here that had, just open trails. We'd show up and go ride. So that's where it's all started was, back in the real days of four wheeling.
Yeah, buddy. I know the real days of four wheeling. Matter of fact, you talk about Etna Mountain. I never actually got to go to Etna, but I went. How old are you?
33.
Okay, so I don't know if you was around when Teleco was open.
Yep.
Um,
No, I was younger. Teleco was a thing back then. Yep.
yes, Teleco was. It was the place to be. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. So you got into it a long time ago. So where and you said you went to Etna all the time, and I've been doing some searching on you, a little searching. You haven't been willing or four wheeling or racing your whole life. There was something else that took a lot of your time with your life, and from the pictures, you was pretty damn good at it. I mean, I know. Uh, yeah, from the pictures, you was pretty damn good. So what else did you do in your free time?
So, so the funny story is I actually built a rock bouncer when bouncers just started coming about. And I actually got a divorce. And after I got a divorce, I kind of got discouraged with it and sold it. I had a single seater that I built with a nitrous motor. Um, but I sold it, kind of got out of it. And then after my divorce, I got into fishing. And, I always wanted to be a professional fisherman and everything, because it's awesome. And, or I thought it was, I should say. So I got into fishing, started getting sponsors, and it got bigger and then bigger and bigger. And the next thing we were out having a lot of fun and it not costing any money. Now, did I make a living doing it? No, but all my expenses were paid. So it was a lot of fun to do that. Well, I have two kids, and needless to say, I was spending way too much time away, and I've only got them half the time as it is. And when you're only got them half the time and you're spending that time away on the road, I wasn't spending enough time at home. So a lot of people don't know this, and I actually never went live about it. I just kind of disappeared, and everybody's like, "What happened? Where's Gary?" And my kids started getting older and wanted to do things, so I got my son a 170, and he started racing the Southern Rock Racing on the youth class, and he got into it, and then I bought a Turbo R. And I was like, you know what? I'll ride around in the Turbo R. My son will race for a little while, and then I'll sponsor with Bass Pro and Nitro. I was like, I'll get another boat, and I'll just take a little break. Well, when it come down to it, I went to order my boat, and they were like, "Well, Gary, you're gonna have to wait a little longer because they're on back order when all that COVID stuff was going on." And I was like, "Okay, that's fine." Well, by the time they called me to order my boat, it was too late. I was already too far gone. I was having way too much fun in my razors, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so rode around for 2 years, I think, in my Turbo R, maybe a year and a half, and totaled it. And next thing you know, that's what's sitting behind me.
That seems like the thing that happens now. A lot of people when they go to total it, they'll look for a good fabricator, and they end up getting a chassis out of it, and
Yeah.
so so cool. So who built it?
Well, I don't like to talk about it.
We don't have to if you don't want to. That's fine.
Just because, and the reason being is just because the fact I don't like bashing people.
Right.
A lot of people know the issues that I've had, and
Okay.
a lot of people know the issues I'm still facing with this.
Okay.
One side of my buggy was 115-inch wheelbase, the other side was 114-inch wheelbase.
Okay.
When I brought it home, I'll say this: when I brought it home from the fab shop, it was supposed to take 3 months and took over 9. It drove sideways down the road.
Mm.
And long story short, he was going to help me fix it and then never showed up. So he never gets credit for anything he done. He built a wicked looking buggy.
Yeah, it's different.
Just
It's definitely different.
just the back half of it, and this is where Side by Side Motorsports comes in. The back half of it had to be cut off and redone because my rear axles was rubbing the frame where it was 3/4 of an inch crooked.
Wow. Wow.
Say no more.
Yeah. so side by side motorsports really helped you out a lot.
So, on the topic of, you bringing up Side by Side Motorsports like that, Side by Side Motorsports, Side by Side Motorsports was, you know, very good to me. And, a lot of people think I own it, and I don't. There's two things we can make clear here. I don't own Side by Side Motorsports, and this buggy I built from the ground up. Nobody else has owned it because some people think that, oh, that's my husband's old buggy or whatever it was. People at Indian Mountain thought it. They've seen this buggy before. They haven't. um, but so Side by Side Motorsports, I took it in for a drive shaft to be fixed because I told the guy building it that my drive shaft was warped with it when I totaled it, and it was beating the frame. So I was like, I need a drive shaft and I need my shocks fixed. And come to find out, there was a lot more work involved there. And so what happened is me and Tim's been awesome with me. I help him out. He helps me out. I'll go into his shop and I'll help him on things he needs, and he helps me out. So we have a relationship built together that we just help each other out. You know what I mean?
Okay. And is he a local to you guy or
Yeah, he's in Ringgold, right behind Costco.
okay.
Right by the interstate, right by the drag strip in East Ridge.
Okay, right. Yeah, you can see the
Yeah.
drag strip right off the. Yeah, my daughter's getting married down in Ringo, close somewhere down in there next year. So yeah, I know exactly where you're talking about. So
Yeah.
what um me, I built a bouncer myself, but I did it on the cheap. Like I had a $18,000 bouncer, 6 liter LS motor, tons front and rear. Now I had $18,000 in it. It looked like a $60,000 bouncer. If you didn't know what you was looking at, like all the shocks that everybody has now and stuff like that. So I know firsthand how much your all stuff cost, how much these side by sides cost, how much these bouncers cost. So we're not going to get real personal in your business, but how in the hell do you afford all that stuff? What do you do?
Well, I run a landscaping company.
Okay,
I've
so
been
that's
I've been doing I've been doing landscaping for a long time. I grew up with my dad. We run the business together, and we're very blessed on the work that we have going on. It definitely helps pay for the fund of it. So we're out here hustling. A lot of people don't see the backside of it. I can't come to all the cup races with the Southern Rock Racing because I'm working.
right.
Some of them I might be able to, get away on and come race them, but most of the time I can't because I work just like everybody else does. So we're out here busting our tail every day just to keep parts on this thing and keep this thing running. And in fact, like I said, if it wasn't up for Side by Side Motorsports, now they don't pay me, there's none of that with it, but he's all the time helping me keep this thing running.
Exactly.
He's just an awesome guy. I'm very appreciative of Tim. He knows what he's doing. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't have podiumed or done as good as I have this year if it wasn't up for him. Straight out. He
Does he
knows.
have a Facebook page?
Yes, he does. Side by Side Motorsports.
Okay.
Or his name's Tim. But yeah, no, everybody can look him up. He's an awesome guy. If you need an engine built, transmission, whatever it is, he's got it or he does it.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, there's another guy that lives down. I think he lives farther on down. I know so many people in the off road world that just names. I want to say his last name's Anderson, but he does. I think he does a lot of ultra
Andy,
force. Andy,
Andy.
yeah, he does a lot of the ultra force stuff too.
He does a lot of K&M stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
He's down there somewhere. I think
He's actually,
Tunnel Hill or something.
yep, Tunnel Hill Varnell.
Somewhere somewhere
Yep.
around there.
Yep.
Cool. Heck yeah. You so where all have you raced this year? Like as far as series, have you stepped into the NRA or you just stayed with the Outlaw or what? Or have you went to a Bounty Hill race or what all have you done this year?
So I've done a little bit of different things when it comes to that. We've done some like flat track style racing with obstacle courses, and I love doing that. That's a lot of fun. We've done some hill kill races that were just thrown together, but mainly I raced the Outlaws all year. Um, I ran pretty good in the Outlaws. Had a couple races that I had some issues with. And then I'm getting in the rock racing as well. It's really hard, man. It's people don't realize how expensive it is. And it's really hard to race both series. Um, and so now that the Outlaws is done, we're over here at the rock racing, and I've been, running those as much as I can.
Okay, cool. Timmy Cameron said, "What's up, guys? Good to see more interviews." Thank you,
Yep.
sir.
I've known
Thank
Timmy for a long time. He, I remember when he went out on Lewis Chapel with Showtime and got a little wild in it. It was awesome.
you. Yeah, he's always wild. Anthony Trotter says Gary Nash.
Yep.
Let's see. Landon Clemens says we go to work 24/7. Does he work with you or?
No, Landon don't. No, Anthony does. Landon, he's a good buddy of mine.
Oh,
He's
okay.
actually a lot of people don't know this, but I'm building another chassis.
Oh,
Um, yeah, so hopefully next weekend it'll be coming home. Maybe 2 weeks, and we're going to be putting another chassis together to be racing. Landon probably be running it some.
ooh. So
My wife,
what you're saying, what you're saying is Gary Nash Racing may be expanding.
just a little bit, just a little bit. We got a couple things, and once this chassis is done, I'm going to probably start stepping my feet in the Ultra 4.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
I really want to run the hammers. Um, so I really want to build an Ultra 4 rig that I can run some of those races because I love the endurance style stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've seen them, but they've got like a 24-hour race.
Oh yeah.
I would love to hit my toes in some of those.
You you better get a lot of landscaping business.
Yes, absolutely.
Because them Ultra 4 rigs, man, they blow my mind. All the money and stuff that they put in them things. Good
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah.
Timmy says, yes, sir. That place was a blast. Looking forward to seeing you again. Buggy looks good, sir.
Thank you, Timmy. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. He wanted to climb a hill called Miller Hill that I think only one person climbed it back then, and it got nasty. We had a huge ride with Bubba Bacon and the Bacon Boys and Timmy come down. It was a lot of fun. I mean, there was no rules, there was nothing. I mean, you just run what you brung and go out and have fun, and it's hard to do that these days. Everybody's ruined it for everybody.
Yeah, well, it's it's hard to bring yeah. It's hard to bring out your stuff now because it's to me back then I could be wrong, but back then I guess because it didn't progress as much, but back then it seemed like everybody's bank accounts was the same. Now, now since things have progressed, everybody's bank accounts ain't the same. So when you say run what you brung, somebody's gonna bring a Samurai and somebody's gonna bring a TC buggy.
Yeah.
It's just not. It's so yeah. That gets a little rough. Um. Uh. I just now seen, and I'll put this comment up here. I heard you got a nickname at work. What's that about?
What do you say?
Your nickname is Drive Shaft.
Yeah, well, because this buggy here does not like drive shafts at all.
Oh no, man! How many have you put in?
We've had five,
Woo.
five this year that we broke, and just
Five
got
this year?
five this year that I've broke. That's the only main issue. I've had two issues with the buggy, and one of them being a drive shaft, and the other being my steering, because I'm running the factory turbo war steering, which is computerized, and there for a while I don't really make sense of this. And I had smaller tires on it. I had the 32s on it, and Polaris Tech said that the problem is I was turning so many RPMs, my computer was sending too many volts to my steering unit because apparently that, and I call bullcrap on it, but whatever. Apparently, the more power you push, the more volts it would send to your steering for you to steer easier.
Hmm.
Well, it was blowing micro relays in my steering box because it's computerized. So I went through three steering racks and five drive shafts this year.
God, now I could see why you're building another one.
That's an XP buggy. We're not turbo R in that one.
Oh, um, let's see. Zach Pickett says, "Y'all hiring Gary?"
Yeah. If I had
Oh.
his money, I'd burn mine.
Oh shoot, I heard that. So let's get into the racing this year. Where what park did you, not just because you won, I want to know what track course that you actually liked above all. And like I said, not just because you won, but if you like the one that you won, that's fine. But out of all the courses this year that you ran, what which one you like and
Uh,
why? And why?
I had a lot of fun at Greasy Bend. Um, just because, I mean, it was pretty gnarly stuff. You know what I mean? Um,
Was that the one
I
with the two bounty hills?
Pretty much, yeah. And to be honest with you, the funny thing about that is I guess the Lord had my back that day. Because I beat on it hard trying to get over that rock ledge, and I was giving it everything it had. Unfortunately, with Outlaws, you race two lanes at once,
Yep.
and I draw racing the left lane first, and it was a little more gnarlier than the other lane, and I beat on it pretty hard. Well, when it come to me to run the right lane, I told the Outlaw guys, I said, look, I said, I know y'all shortened the course for us because nobody made it. I said, but I never got a chance on that hill. And I said, if I make it to the finish line, I'm going to the top. I'm really going to roll back off of it. I said, don't try to stop me. I'm going to the top.
Yeah.
I come through there really hot. And about halfway through, I broke my drive shaft in half. So I finished the race pretty much in two-wheel drive. And I just stood in it as hard as I could, and I was going to make it up that hill. I was determined to go up that hill because my good buddy Kyle that I travel with and race with, he got
Risley?
to the top of it and backflipped off of it.
Risley?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going that hill. Unfortunately, I didn't make it that far because I couldn't have done that in two-wheel drive.
Yeah.
So I did like that, but I think it's Sugar Creek. Um, I like the owners there.
Oh yeah.
Very respectful. You know, he was upset. I'm pretty sure Sugar Creek, is that where I busted all the tires?
I didn't get to go there. That's uh freak what's his name? Transmission guy.
No, then it wasn't. I broke my drive shaft there, so I didn't even get to. I hit the first hill there and broke my drive shaft on it.
Ah,
Um, let's see. I can't remember which one. It wasn't Sugar Creek then, because that's Fritz's place.
Fritz. Yeah, Fritz owns Sugar Creek.
Yeah. We just was there
Like
two
for
races ago.
for finals.
No, it was like 2 races ago, I think.
For Pretty Place. Zach Pickett said Pretty Place is where you busted your tires.
Yeah, then it was Pretty Place.
That's
See, I
close to
don't even
you.
know the names of these places.
That's close, that's the closest race to you
Pretty much, yeah. I love that place.
because you're right over. It's right over the mountain from you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that place.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah. Pretty Place is nice. First time I went there was a couple years back, uh, for Trip Pullins event. But yeah, it was muddy then, and let me tell you, that place was hard to do anything there. It was rough.
Well, see, Hawk Pride was that way. Our very first race, in my very first race, because like we said, this is my first year racing. Um, so my very first race was at Hawk Pride in the Outlaws, and it was a mud pit. And the shocks wasn't tuned properly. I was running 32 carnivores, and it was nasty down there. And it didn't go my way. I hit that rock and it slung me in between two trees and I couldn't move. So
Mm,
I was very frustrated, drive all that far, turn around, get stuck in two trees and come home.
yeah, racing. I've seen people back off trailers and break stuff, and
Yep.
it's they're done for the whole weekend. And I'm like, man, that's got to be heart wrenching, because stuff ain't cheap, fuel ain't cheap, getting everything
Yep.
together, taking off work, doing this, doing that, stuff ain't cheap. So I
No.
really feel for people that don't even get to get out there and race.
And I've done it 3 times this year, and 2 of them was because of drive shafts.
Mm, yeah, that man. So you got a good one in there now.
Yep. Thomas built me a PDI. So far, so good. The last race, I burnt the U joints out of it at Indian Mountain. So he put some new U joints in it. I'm gonna see how they do it. Wildcat. We'll be at Wildcat on the Bounty.
Ooh.
Yeah, yeah. And the buggy's actually going Wednesday with Alex Van Hart. He's going to
What?
take my buggy and run it in the Cup Series. And I'm going to run it at the Bounty. So let's hope it holds up all weekend.
The let me get this right. So I was at an event and I seen Alex was running. There was a kid. He called him the Kool-Aid guy because the orange and purple
Yeah.
that's on Alex's buggy. I guess it reminded the kid of Kool-Aid. So he said, "Look, Dad, it's the Kool-Aid guy." And I just looked at it. I was like, "Okay." But yeah, it was cute. So Alex is gonna run it, and then you're
Alex is
gonna
going
run
to
it in Bounty.
run. And yeah, Alex is going to run it. Just because, I mean, I'd rather the buggy be out running and have exposure and, making good passes than it sitting in the garage. Right. So,
Right.
I've got Alex running it this week, and then I'm going to run it at the Bounty as long as everything checks out by Friday night.
Okay. So yeah, the Bounty is what, Friday and Saturday, right?
No, the
And
Bounty's
then
just Saturday.
so you're running 4 courses on Saturday? I don't think that's right. Is it? Is it 2 and 2?
I think all we're running is Friday or Saturday morning and evening. 2 hills, what I think.
No, there's 4 hills total.
Is there?
Finals is 4 hills.
I don't know. See, I ain't even looked into it. I better
No,
look into it.
yeah, because if Alex is racing, Alex is going to be that buggy's going to go through 8 hills before you get to touch it.
Hey, send it.
You heard that, Alex? If you're watching, he said, "Send it." Yeah. So did I always ask people this, so have you watched Mad Ram 11 and Busted Knuckle before you got into racing?
Oh man, I watched them for many years. Even when I was into fishing, I still watched them.
Okay. And who did you watch? UTV or bouncer? It doesn't matter because you're in the UTV class. So whatever you want to answer, who did you watch and say, man, that dude's good?
Well, my all-time favorite is going to be Bobby Tanner.
Yeah.
Just because, well, two people actually. Um, I always looked up to Bobby Tanner just because how he was with people. Um, you know, with when I was in fishing, a lot of these kids would come down to the dock. They see a wrap boat or a wrap truck. They'd come up to you. They just want to talk for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And some of these people get so caught up in what they're doing, they won't take that extra time.
Yes.
You know, and it could be just a small, simple question, a picture, a hug, or a handshake.
Mm-hmm.
But Bobby never pushed anybody away.
Yeah, never.
And I always saw that, and you know, I always loved that about him. And him, he would always pray for the drivers. He had a heart for it.
Oh yeah.
And then the other person that I really enjoyed was Randall Key.
Yep.
Just because the fact of this of what he went through and everything, and it's like Wes. Wes is the same way. What he went through,
Yep.
you know. But Randall Key, they didn't give up. You
No.
know, so many people get paralyzed, or so many people get in bad car wrecks or whatever, and they just give up.
Yep.
You know, so you commend anybody that's out there still doing what they love, even though they have more challenges than other people. You
Yeah.
know, I highly commend and appreciate what they do.
Yep. Yep. And I a couple years back, there was a group. It was called Point One. I don't
Yeah,
know. Um, but a buddy of mine, Shelby St. Clair, he was a big part of it. And I got with him and I mentioned, like, before every race, it'd be pretty cool to get all the buggies lined up at the bottom of the hill and tell the fans, hey, we've got 30 minutes. The drivers are going to be at their vehicles. We got 30 minutes. Come down, say hi to the drivers, take pictures with them, and all that. So we did it for a year, and then of course they went out of business or whatever. But I seen so many kids smiling and stuff like that. It takes a little bit longer. I know everybody wants to get the race done, start heading home, but man, that extra 30 minutes, that's how you grow.
right.
You
Hundred
know,
percent. 100
that
percent.
that is how you grow. So I always encourage people to, talk to these drivers. Um, I don't hear so much of it now, maybe because he's not racing now. But years ago, I would hear Timmy stuck up. No, Timmy's quiet. Timmy's
Yeah.
a hell of a guy. Don't ever say he's stuck up around me because I'm gonna set you straight. Uh,
I never had any issues, as far as it goes with Timmy.
yeah,
So some people, a lot of people think that, you just have to understand who he is. He's not going to talk to you. You got to talk to him.
he's
He's very quiet. He stays to himself. I mean, he's got his people that he's known a long time. He talks to, but Timmy, I've never had any issues with Timmy.
no,
Timmy's always been good to me, and he'll take his shirt off his back for anybody.
yep, oh yeah,
So just I
yeah.
think a lot of it, man, is jealousy.
And you know how many people's jealous of Timmy?
I'm just being real.
Oh,
Like I'm
I
just
hear,
being real. He
I,
can
I
he can
hear,
be beat.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, going into that one hill that was nasty to go up. I can't even remember where it was. I got a trophy over here somewhere. From it, he was only a half a second going into the finals behind me.
Yeah.
Like he can be beat. You just gotta want to beat him.
The thing with Timmy is consistency.
Exactly, and
He,
that's how I've done so good. I mean, here's the funny thing, and this will throw everybody for a loop. This buggy sitting right here.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't stroked. It ain't built. That's a stock turbo R motor on
Really?
35s.
Hmm. Now
Is
I
it
I
is
did
it tuned? Yes.
I did recently see you bought something for
No, I didn't buy nothing for it. No,
it.
it is getting a little more work done to it, but all year in the Outlaws, it's been pretty much a stock motor.
Yeah.
And guess what? It ran with everybody. Everybody's got these stroker motors and
Yeah.
all this, you know. This is a stock turbo R motor, you know.
Yep.
So it's not about, oh, he's got all this money and he's got 20 grand in a motor. So get out there and drive it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's you got to learn. You got to know how to drive your vehicles. I don't care how much you got in it.
Exactly.
I think we was talking about Timmy. Jessica Nash says, "I know one that's jealous of him."
Oh, shut up. Don't get on that topic.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's see. Clay Walker said, "Sup, Gary? Bro, you know the country singer?" Just messing, Clay. Just messing, Clay. I don't know you. I'm just making fun. But yeah, Clay says, "What's up, Gary?"
What's up, man? I ain't talked to him in a long time.
Ah. All right. So since we talked about your favorite racers, and some's not racing now, but Randall Key still is. But when you got into racing, UTV or bouncer, uh, you could be humble and say, "Yeah, so and so, I was starstruck by him," but or you could be I'm a man, I ain't starstruck by nobody. But was you ever starstruck when you first got into racing and you seen somebody out there doing what you're doing that you always not necessarily looked up to, but you always watched online and said, "Dang, you know what? I'm racing with this cat now."
Um, no. And I'll tell you why. I'm a very talkative person, so I don't meet a stranger. Um, so I don't really get those kind of vibes, you know. Like I'm all for, you know, jumping in there and meeting somebody new. So I look at these guys as human beings, not celebrities.
Yeah,
So I don't think so. I wouldn't really know of anybody because, like I said, Timmy and all them and the Bacons. I mean, I rode with them.
yeah,
You know, maybe when I was a lot younger, Bobby Tanner, when I met him for the first time, I was kind of like, oh man, this guy's a legend. You know,
yeah,
but currently now, no, because a lot of the good racers I've known them. You know,
yeah. I actually did. I haven't looked into this, but because I just haven't. But I might have done the last interview that Bobby Tanner did. So
really,
if you go to my YouTube channel, if you're traveling to Wildcat this week, go to Addictive Photography YouTube channel and type in like Bobby Tanner or whatever, and mine and his interview will come up. It was a year or two ago. I can't remember, but
yeah.
it was pretty awesome. Anthony Trotter says, help someone. What would one thing be he would do to help someone get into racing? What would one thing be he would
He's
do?
he's probably talking about me helping him get into racing.
Oh, he wanting to get into racing?
He works for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay. So, do you do commercial or business or
We do it.
residential?
We do everything. We do commercial, residential. We got small stuff. We got big stuff.
Okay,
Yeah,
you're
we
pretty
do it.
well known.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Around the area, we've been around for many years.
Gotcha. Clay Walker says, "No, I just work at the shop. He ain't no singer." Oh man, I thought I was talking to a celebrity up here. um, any you got any advice for someone that's trying to get into racing?
Um, it's better than drugs, but stick with watching it.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
you cut out.
expensive.
Yeah, yeah. You got that. What they say. If you want to be a millionaire when you get into racing, to get into
Start out
racing,
as
you
a
got to
billionaire.
start out as a billionaire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things when it comes to the racing part of it. I mean, it's like everything with life, man. You get out what you put in.
yep,
You know what I mean? And that's why everybody hates on Timmy so much because he has the ability and he has the backing to have the best parts. So no, he don't break as much. Nick, Wade, all the good guys, they've got top of the line stuff on their buggy, so they hit it faster, they hit it better, they hit it bigger because they can.
yeah,
It's not something to hate somebody because they got better parts or beefier parts. Um, but the biggest thing about getting into the racing part of it is take your time, build your rig right, and you won't have to work on it all the time.
yeah,
Literally, I don't have to, I mean, knock on wood or knock on this buggy right here. I've only had cosmetic stuff tear up on me all the time,
yeah,
like my drive shaft. But hopefully we got that issue fixed. If I'd have done this a long time ago, I wouldn't have had it. But it
yeah,
was one of those things, it's expensive. So it's hard to keep racing and throw money at it.
yeah.
So if you build it right to begin with and take your time, I feel like if you take an extra year to build it,
Hmm.
it's okay because you're going to come out and you're not going to be as stressed out about, oh, I've got to replace this, I got to replace that. But
Yeah,
if you rush build something, you're going to replace it all the time. You're going to get frustrated.
that's true. That's true. So is Thomas sending you with another extra drop shaft? Knock on wood. Hopefully
He's
that doesn't happen, but I seen Alex drive.
he stands behind his work. He builds strong drive shafts. I've built 120 wall drive shafts and I've broke them in half, or warped them to where they're beating the frame.
Yeah,
So we'll see if these bigger joints and stuff, if the way his is set up, if it holds better, and I hope it does.
yeah,
If not, man, the only thing I know, and this falls back to what we talked about at the beginning, you got to see the angle my pinion's at, and we moved it because it was a quarter of an inch crooked.
mm,
Um, I honestly, the only blame I can go after this is it's how the front diff's mounted.
right,
Um,
right.
Other than that, I don't know why it's breaking so many. I mean, you would think it would break my diff before it would the drive shaft,
Yeah, yeah.
and I broke my diff one time
Really?
running 35s as hard as I do.
Yeah. For you all don't know, the drive shaft guy he's talking about is Thomas Lohr. He PDI drive shaft, is that correct? Perfection
Yep.
drive
Yep.
line, or I can't remember
Yep.
his something like that. But yeah, Thomas Lohr, he makes some incredible drive shafts.
Most
Incredible.
everybody racing has his shaft.
Do what?
Most everybody that's in the UTV has his
Yes.
drive shafts.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
You're exactly right. Um Tanner Blancett says, Gary, I need some money. Share some. These parts are expensive.
See, I'm
Yeah,
telling
they
you, man,
are.
my bank account is at zero and my credit card's maxed out, bro. You're out of luck.
Out of luck. Better go to Scenic City, what's Wes's dad do? The concrete.
Concrete.
Yeah. You better go ask uh go ask him for some money. Tanner, you told me last year you were supposed to have a chassis.
He's got one. He had it at Indian Mountain.
Did he?
Yeah, he flipped it twice, then into hood and bent 2 bars.
Golly, you can't take that kid anywhere. Good
No,
Lord.
no.
uh Ben Casey said, looking forward to seeing your new build.
Yep, yep. He runs in the. I think if I'm not mistaken, he's building a full chassis too. Him and Tanner's the ones that's been running the full bodies in the Outlaws.
Yeah, he's Ben's got the orange and black,
Yeah,
the orange and black one.
yeah.
Yeah, and then Tanner, I know Tanner. I give him crap all the time because I know the Keen's pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Mama Keen, I love her. That
Oh
woman's
yeah. Yeah.
that
No.
woman's freaking awesome.
Tanner gives me heck all the time.
Yeah, uh, yeah, and his Tanner's mom and dad is something else. They're
It was
freaking.
funny. We were sitting in the race line, and we were sitting door to door, and I was sitting behind them, and I said something about it needs to hurry up because it's getting dark, and the woods was starting to get really dark. And I told him, I said, it needs to hurry up. It's getting dark. He was like, why? I said, I'm blind. He said, how many fingers am I holding up? I said, dude, I can't even see your hand. He goes, you are blind.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that. So you told me that before we got on live, and I was like, wait a minute. You're blind and you're out here freaking racing. That is incredible. So explain to people, like, how blind are you?
So, for instance, a good example is the Outlaw Finals. Um, and even at Indian Mountain, I got lost. Um, the I'm legally blind in my left eye. I can only see blur, and my right eye has gotten a lot worse. And everything. I mean, I can see. You know what I mean? But I can't read a drive-through menu if that tells you anything. Everything is not necessarily blurry. But my left eye is completely gone. Like it's just complete blur. And my right eye is pretty bad. And there's been two times, one at Indian Mountain, which I was fortunate enough nobody climbed it, but they changed the course on us, and I was the first one out the gate. So I got lost because where I was expecting to go up on the hill, they done changed it. They put tape all the way across it. So I'm sitting here trying to figure out where the course is, and I can't see it. I'm like, so I go almost run into the outlaw guy, and he's pointing up, like, go up.
Oh man. So
Then at the outlaw finals, I get down in a dip, and the tape was kind of high. They put the tape kind of high there, and I'm sitting here trying to find the course, and I couldn't find the course. So finally, I said, I think it's this way, and went that way, and then finally found it.
so how did I'm gonna take a guess and say Jessica backhanded you? That's how you got blind?
No, actually,
What happened?
it started when I was a kid. I had to go eye specialist and everything. And the bad thing is I didn't correct it. I had a chance, but I didn't want to walk around with glasses and an eye patch to make my eye, get stronger and stuff. And I didn't want to do that. Well, as I got older, it got worse. And they pretty much said that you can't correct it, and even surgery would help my right eye, but it wouldn't do nothing for my left eye.
Mm. So, but you do have glasses.
I do have them, but I don't wear them unless I have to, like at night to drive.
Yeah.
Now
So,
you can ask Jessica. I'll scare the crap out of her sometimes.
all you racers, y'all do like 90-mile-an-hour hauling all this heavy crap. So I can only imagine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do they make goggles or anything that's prescribed that you could wear?
I really don't know. I mean, the only thing I know to do would be to wear actually glasses. And I've even told Jessica the last couple races I should take my glasses with me. I should take my glasses with me. Because I raced at AOP when we did the night race not too long ago there under lights. And with it dusty, I couldn't see nothing. I was just driving, hoping to stay on course. But it's tough. I mean, I can't do contacts because all the dust.
Yeah.
So I hate wearing glasses, but it's probably about to that time where you'll probably see me starting wearing my glasses.
Hey, safety first.
Well,
we don't want you plowing in no damn tree and getting hurt.
I did hit a tree at Northwest Alabama Ride Park at the beginning of the year. I did lose steering. Um, when I was on 32s, I lost steering. I hit a big rock and I did run up the tree and flip in the middle of the creek bed. That was kind of embarrassing, but
Oh
yeah,
Lord.
that was my first race ever. So
Okay. Yeah. Not flipped only once on your first race. That ain't bad.
I know, right? And
Uh
it's probably a good thing I don't have my glasses because if I see some of these hills that we're hitting, I'd probably be like, no, what am I thinking?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Y'all are nuts. Especially the bounty guys in the National Rock Racing Series. Those guys are absolutely
Yeah,
ridiculous.
it's
Crazy.
it's pretty crazy. Like people watching it, they have no clue. Like you literally physically have to try to walk these hills, and a lot of them you can't even walk them.
No, no, you can't.
Um, yeah, it's pretty wild some of the stuff we can climb up.
Oh yeah. Dustin Havens, Brantley's dad, says Thomas Clore just sent Brantley Havens new drive shaft, and I guarantee you he gonna put it to the test at finals. Yeah, I guarantee you, little Brantley, yeah, he's hell on wheels. He's gonna show out.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see here. Kyle Risley said, "Hey, this is my guy."
Yeah, we Kyle's awesome. I met Kyle at one of the races and we got to talking and Kyle and Abby both have kind of like took me in and they let me stay with them all the time. It helps with expense and of course I help them out too. I give them money for letting me not have to get a motel and stay in their toy hauler, and they're just
Yep,
awesome people. If I need help, he's down to help me and I'm down to help him, just an awesome group of people to hang with.
they are. I don't get to hang with a lot of people because um I don't get vacation time. So when I do get vacation time, but I have family. So I go on, family trips and here recently golf trips. But anyways, so I only go on Saturdays to events. So I'll drive into an event, take pictures, and then I got to drive 4, 5, 7 hours back home. So I don't
Yeah.
really get to hang out until finals. Finals Wildcat. I'm leaving Wednesday after work, and I'm gonna take my camper up there, drop it off, and then I'm gonna come back get my wife because I'm 2 hours from Wildcat.
Yeah.
Well, I'm out of Knoxville. You know where not you're at Chattanooga, so you know where Knoxville's at.
Oh yeah.
Uh, but yeah, so I'm gonna come back and get the razor and my wife. Let's see, Dalton Kick, Off Road Lifestyle, the photographer, the owner of that. He says, Gary, I'll be your co-driver, bud, and he'll tell you where to go. You got two seats in that buggy?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, there you go. There's your co-dog.
No, I
uh,
told I told Dalton, and we'll do this publicly. I told Dalton, I said, man, I said, we're gonna find a good race and you're gonna race. So I'm gonna put him in this chassis here, whether it be this chassis or the other chassis. He's going in one of them and he's going to race an event.
See, I couldn't do that because I can't afford a tire that's on that buggy.
Well,
and
listen, I mean, he won't do anything I won't do. I
yeah.
mean, if he blows a tire, listen, it's like $80 to fix it. So,
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Jessica Nash says Anthony Trotter, don't be putting me on the spot about denting his roof. What happened there?
well, so funny story here. First of the year, the buggy just come out of the shop. We just started getting it dialed in. The suspension was not dialed in. Um, we did some flat track racing that had some jumps, and I had already won the bracket racing, so I was done racing. Well, she got in the losers bracket just for fun, just to give her some seat time. And I put her in there and everything, thinking, okay, she's gonna just go out there and have a good time. No, She went, and then when she comes across, when they flag and they go, she comes up the hill a little slow, and then dude beats her to the corner, right? You can see it in the video. Dude beats her to the corner. Next thing you know, she comes around completely broadside and never lifts from that back corner to the finish line. And mind you, the last jump is not made for a 115-inch wheelbase buggy.
Mhm.
And so when she jumped the finish line, she cartwheeled it. And
Wow.
so now, right here above the passenger seat, the roof's dented in and bent because she barrel rolled it. And then if you see this bar right here that comes down,
Yeah.
that used to not be there. Well, when she barrel rolled it, her leg come out the window. Luckily, didn't crush her ankle. Um, but yeah, so now this buggy has a forever roof dent until we put a new one on it.
Dang. Wow.
She said, I said, why in the world? I said, you wasn't racing for no money. She says, I didn't want him to beat me. You can't be scared all your life. I was like, oh Lord. Broke
So
the
she
broke the
can.
steering rack. Did she warped 3 axles, broke the steering rack, and dented my hood or my roof.
Dang. Wow. So
Yeah.
is she going to get back in it?
That's the plan. This other buggy is actually hers. But it's also going to be driven by a few others. We're just going to really beat the crap out of this buggy. Um, she's going to run some of them. She hasn't been able to get a lot of seat time with me racing, and mainly because it's like I told her. I said, you know, we can't go out there and spending all this money to get to race one of us.
Yeah.
It's hard because if she ran before I did, and here I was doing good in points, and she blows the motor up or breaks an axle or something, and I don't have extra parts with me to fix whatever's broke or an A arm or whatever, then I couldn't run my race. So I just I called her one day. She didn't even know I was building. I called her one day and said, "Oh, hey, just letting you know, I'm building another buggy.
But it's for you, honey.
It's for you." You know what her exact words is? She
What?
said, "Why are you building another buggy? I'd rather have a boat."
Oh, ouch.
Yeah,
Ouch.
yeah. Put her on the spot.
Oh, man.
But
Well,
I said, we can get a boat too. You know,
there you go. There
I
you
had a
go.
John boat sitting under the carport, but oh, that wasn't good enough. She wants a boat.
Oh, real quick off topic of racing. You know the Bassmasters Classic?
Yeah,
So they come down to close to Knoxville, Lenore City area. It's Fort Loudon,
yeah.
and they come down there every year. Well, I used to test drive ski boats for Supra. We had Supra and Moomba ski boats. Well, my first year I did it, I see all these freaking, wrapped boats and trucks and everything where we test every single day. And I'm like, these guys are going to freaking shoot me. These guys are going to freaking hate me because when we test drive the boats, they're brand new. We got to make turns and, we got to
Mhm.
make sure it's good for the customers. So I was like, yeah, I'm about to get shot. Somebody's about to, but the company that I worked for did it for so many years. All the guys down there knew what I was doing. So
Uh,
they knew they was cool about it, and here I am expecting them to be, total buttheads. But they was cool about it because where we tested at, they would shoot off and they wouldn't be right there in that area. So
yeah,
I was like, whoo, okay. So I got lucky there.
yeah.
Let's see. Ryan Hall says, "What makes Gary Nash's rig so much better than most?"
Well, there's a few things to that. I mean, obviously it's dialed in suspension wise. Because it eats up everything I throw at it. You know what I mean? The thing of it is a lot of it, even though it was mistakenly done. Like I didn't want it this big, but purple bars are wide anyway. Um, but it's
Hang on a
so
second. Hang on. Are you on Wi-Fi? Yeah. Do you have Wi-Fi? You're cutting in and out like a robot now. You sounding like a robot. Now you're just gone. Now you just froze. Hey, there you are. All right, so we're having a little technical difficulty. He'll be back on soon. I appreciate all the comments. When we do interviews like this, it actually makes the interview go by a lot better because you don't want to be you know down just slow and stuff like that. So I appreciate all of you all on here. Oh, did you have to move?
well, that's what I'm wondering.
Yeah, he's still cut out. Ron Hall says, and the truth was about to come out. Oh, Gary, if you could hear me, go back out, go all the way back out, and come back in.
There,
I'm here. You there?
that's great. Yeah, I'm
No,
here.
you're you're cutting in and out like a robot. I think you know what I think it is. I think Jessica got on Wi-Fi or your data plan, and she's using it all up right now. Are
Let's see.
you there?
What about now?
Yeah, a little bit better. Maybe you're about to spread the beans about something, and the internet just wanted to shut you down.
I think it was about how the chassis set up.
It was how you had the chassis set up.
Probably.
Yeah, you're still cutting in and out like a robot. Go where Jessica is. I mean, she's commenting like 1,000 comments. She's obviously got great service. You don't have to be where your buggy is. You can go inside.
Oh,
I'm just giving you crap. Just giving you crap.
what about now?
You're getting better. You're getting better.
Are we, are we even better?
Yeah. Hey, all right. All right. Now let's see if we could talk about. Hello. See, she's got good Wi-Fi.
Is it your Wi-Fi?
No, I've got full bars.
That's crazy. So do I.
Huh.
Well,
I don't know.
anyways, what we're talking about is, I think a lot of it is the wheelbase, and the big tires, really, honestly.
Hang on a second. Let me try something on my end. Cause I can see you moving around. You're not freezing now.
All right, hold on just a second. You think I can exit and come back?
Yeah. Try to exit out and come back in. All right. So he's gonna try to go back out and come back in. Sorry about that, everybody. We was having a good conversation too. Uh Nathaniel says, how much to rent as long as I don't have to pay for broken parts? Nathaniel, I know that's right. I know that's right. Let me see. All right. So, anyways, let's go turn it off and restart. Yeah, I would have to restart the whole live feed if it's. I don't think it's on me. Now, let me ask you all. Can you all hear me good? Uh, and put in the comments yes or whatever. Let me know. Let me know if I sound good. Gary, I don't see your picture. Um, Gary's in the background. Here he comes, I think. My buddy Eddie says loud and clear. Pete Deck says yes. So it's got to be his, I'm thinking. It's got to be his because everybody hears me just fine. Uh, Ryan says I sound as good as I possibly could. So yeah, it's got to be on his end. Uh, I wonder if I could send him another. All right, you there?
I'm here.
I still think you're messed up, but we'll figure it out. All right. Anthony said it. Nah, it's he's Anthony said, Gary, it's you. He said your service sucks. He said you need to stop. He said you need to stop buying from Timu. He,
I know,
he,
right?
he said, hey, I could hear you now. Anthony didn't say this, but I'm assuming Anthony wants to say stop buying your drive shafts from Timu also.
Yeah.
I'm
Hey,
just
it's working now, so we good.
it
But
is.
anyways,
Yeah.
what I was saying to answer that guy's question, I'm sure we've got a couple more to catch up on real quick, but I think a lot of it has to do the wheelbase. Certain hills I'm okay on, other hills I'm not. I looked at Ben and Tanner at Arkansas, and I said, "This is y'all's race." And they were like, "What do you mean?" I said, "Y'all are in full bodies." I said, "These are tight courses through the woods." I said, "This is y'all's race." I said, "Y'all should win this race." And then it's Tanner, me, and Ben on the podium. And that's those tight courses is what hurts me, because I'm so long. But when it comes to like big hills, I can just eat it up. And
Yeah.
and the buggy just eats it up too. I mean it's a lot to do with how the buggy's set up. But you have to understand everybody's turning these 29-inch tires, 27-inch tires, and here I am on 35s.
Mm-hmm.
So all these big rocks that they're blasting and trying to get over, I'm just clearing them.
Yeah. So what's the thought process behind that? Why do you go so big? Why do you go 35s?
The buggy was built so big, I had to. Because it was not doing what it needed to do on 32s.
Gotcha.
So with it being so long, I mean, you got to think I'm almost four-seater length.
Yeah.
And so I had no choice of going 35s. And ever since I went 35s, I'm not turning so many RPMs and I'm not blowing steering units either.
That's true. Yeah.
So, it's been a process. And like I said, if it wasn't up for Tim, let's go back to side by side motorsports. If it wasn't up for side by side motorsports, then none of this buggy wouldn't be running like it is. He's revalved my shocks. We've done some testing on how much gas to use in the shocks. We did new springs on the shocks. We actually had to remount the front shocks. So he's done a lot of work to it, and the man knows what he's doing. And if it wasn't up for him, I promise you the buggy wouldn't have been as good as it has been this year.
Gotcha. Yeah. It's I mean, for you to only be breaking drive shafts and the steering, that's something that you could narrow down. Some people like, I don't know what it is. It could be this, it could be that. And
Yeah.
so that's good that you got it, narrowed down.
Right. And I mean, the crazy thing about it is, the Turbo R, they come beefier with bigger parts anyway. And everybody's like, you have Rhino 2.0 axles and you ain't broke one? It's like, no, I mean, the Rhino 2.0s are big.
Yeah.
they're it's not like a XP 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I'm able to run 2.0 axles, and you see the stuff I'm hitting and how hard I'm hitting it,
Yeah.
and I don't have any issues out of it.
Right. Yep. I've always wondered what the uh, what the best axles was for side by sides. I mean, everybody has their own opinion because some people say Rhino. I don't know. Are you sponsored by Rhino?
No, no.
Okay. Some people say Rhino because they break before the the front end, the bulkhead, or whatever you want to call it. They break before that does. Like Turner axles, I heard don't break, so it does break your front end a lot more. And then you got your RCBs, and so it's just preference, I guess, when it comes to axles.
Yeah, and it's one of those things. It's how much money you got to throw out? You got $700 an axle? I don't.
Yeah, is that what RCB or Turner
I
is?
think I think they are. They're like $700 or $800 an axle. I'm sure. I mean, I know they have racer deals where you can get better deals or whatever, but you know, I paid $200 an axle and ain't broke one of them.
Yeah, ain't they warranted?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like I haven't even broke 1.2 warranty yet. I broke 120 wall DOM drop shafts and ain't broke a Rhino axle.
Are you at a table?
I am.
Knock on wood. you got a let's see, 16. You got 16 hills this weekend.
Hey, we'll talk Saturday. See how well she's running.
Yeah. uh Clay Walker said Tim is the man. So talking about Tim from
Side by side motorsports.
Side by Side Motorsports.
Yep.
Ryan Hall says, what do you want to fix first, and talk about the warranty? I don't know. What do you want to talk? What do you want to fix first, and talk about the warranty? Maybe I'm just reading it wrong. Maybe I'm just illiterate. I didn't graduate high school, so.
If it wasn't for the teachers, I wouldn't either. Don't feel bad.
Let's see. Tanner says, Gary, you racing this weekend? Yes, sir. He went over that. He said he's going to race the Bounty Hill, and Alex is going to race the
Cup.
And do you know if Alex is racing his bouncer?
As far as I know, the last I talked to him, which was the other day, is that he's got a lot of work to do to it because he backflipped off the hill at Indian Mountain and it hung his throttle open and he took down a tree and then flipped off another hill and messed up a lot of stuff apparently.
Ooh, dang. I can't remember what race I seen Alex at. A couple years back, we did meet up at Cable Hill, though. That was that was very interesting.
I've never hit Cable Hill or been around it, but I'd like to see it.
Yeah, it's something else. So yes, Tanner, he is racing this week, and Tanner, he might need a right hand man, and y'all both live in the Chattanooga area. Hop on Gary's truck and come on out to Wildcat. Let's see. Oh, Ron was talking about the axles. What do you want to fix first? The axles, or I guess the third member, or the what do you call that? The front chunk.
The bulkhead or the diff.
The diff, yeah. Okay. So the diff breaks.
Well, and that's what I've been very fortunate. I'm running an RS1 that's spooled, and I broke, and it wasn't even spooled, and I broke it, actually cracked it, and I spooled it, so I didn't even have to replace it. So it's technically still cracked. But I'm running the Turbo R RS1 diff, with the torque spool in it, and been very fortunate. You'd think, like I said, I mean, breaking these 120 wall DOM tubings off the, joints, you would think that I would snap a pinion or something, and I've been very fortunate, and I have not done that.
Yeah, that's good. Um,
said that he told you the iPhone suck.
They're trying to blame my service on iPhone because they're
uh,
Androids.
No,
I,
listen.
you got an iPhone?
I got an iPhone, and then I
Yeah.
got some buddies that got Androids, and they're like,
Wait,
Don't even listen.
iPhone sucks.
Don't even listen to them. Don't even
Yeah.
listen
See,
to them. um,
I'm to tell him iPhone suck.
I just got the new iPhone 17
oh,
because
so let's talk about money,
no,
huh?
well, my old iPhone was like 11. So
Well,
how many years did I have it?
I got you.
6
Okay.
years.
I was gonna say because the iPhone 17 is a new turbo for mine.
Yeah, it's I hadn't had a phone 6 years, so
Yeah.
it's about time to. I don't know if you've seen this comment or not. Nathan Bell says, "How much to rent as long as I don't have to pay for broken parts."
Jump in it and drive it, homie. You better
uh,
drove it like you stole it though, because
yeah. Alex Van Hart says, "That's my boy."
yeah. He
Yeah,
better. I done told him. I said, if you're gonna drive it, you better drive it. Like we're
yeah,
not gonna be putting my buggy out there and you moping around. I said, you better drive it.
yeah. Looks like he's got maybe one of my pictures that is on his profile.
Probably.
Let's see. Clay Walker says, "I got a 12 Pro." Yeah, see, Clay knows what I'm talking about. That's why I finally got a newer phone. Cause heck, I mean, I'm not like everybody that goes out and gets the newest iPhone every year. Shoot, I've had mine for like 6 years. So, yeah. All right. Let me see if I missed any questions. If anybody else has got any questions, y'all could ask away. See, you're going to finals. Oh yeah, real quick. I got two more questions. I mean, we could have more, but you're talking about fishing. Like I told you off air, I sort of went through your Facebook to look at some pictures to see what you was about, and you was talking about fishing. I happened to come across a freaking tent on a frozen covered lake. Dude, are you nuts?
Well, listen. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little sketched out about it. I mean, because you'll randomly hear like a loud pop and a crack go across it, and I mean, it is like a foot deep or whatever, But I was kind of like walking around, like, am I gonna fall in this? I mean, it was pretty awesome to experience. There's a couple of things I got to experience. We fished a pro salmon tournament, which is cool as a team. And then I got to go ice fishing in Colorado Springs. So I mean, I got to do several stuff like that, and if it wasn't up for sponsors paying for that, I
Yeah.
wouldn't ever been able to get to do that stuff. I mean, because it costs a lot just to fly out to Colorado to go fishing and all the gear and everything that you got to have.
Oh yeah.
But it was all an experience that we would fly out when I was doing all my sponsor stuff. We would fly out and we would do marketing stuff, talk about things, and kind of hang out. And we would go do stuff while I was in Colorado or Texas or wherever we were at. And so I was very fortunate to get to do things like that.
Okay, cool. So since you brought sponsors up, don't tell me it's the iPhone. Why'd you go black? Phone done went dead, didn't it? There you go. What happened?
I got a phone call.
Oh, since you brought up sponsors and stuff, there are some. We do have an amateur class, and they're younger kids. They're just getting into it, or there might be somebody out there that may be interested in getting into racing, but really can't afford it. But sponsors do help out people quite a bit. Most of them offer parts or discounts on parts, and some of them fork out cash. You got to be lucky to get those.
Yeah.
But how would a person start off getting sponsors? Do you go to them? Do you email them? Do you how would somebody get their start?
So there's different ways of going about it. and I'm just now figuring out the off-road industry. Off-road industry is a lot different than the fishing industry. But the thing about it is, and coming from the fishing background, there's a lot of things that you got to deal with sponsors. First is you got to build a relationship with that. If you come up to somebody and I said, "Hey man, give me $1,000 and I'll put your name on my buggy," it don't all the time work. You'll get 10 no's and one yes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so what it is you can't be discouraged by those 9 no's.
Right.
There's somebody out there that will help you out. Now the problem about the big sponsors now, the problem with them is you can't go in there expecting much. Okay, what you do is you'll email them, say, "Hey, I'm a racer. I've done this, this, and this." They're going to want to see or want to know what you've done, and they want to see that you're serious about running. And then what's going to happen next is they're going to give you a discount. It's nothing big. You know what I mean?
Right.
Most of the time when you're working with a dealer, your Joe Blow owns a shop can probably get just the same deal. But the fact of it is you have to start working and building a relationship with that company. Like Raceline, I started working with Raceline. They're awesome. Their wheels are strong. I've had zero issues with them, and I'm starting to work with them. Well, it don't happen overnight. They're not just going to send me sets of wheels free.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You have to get in there, show them what you can do, show them, and it ain't even all about winning. You
Yeah.
can have the top of the line sponsor and not never won one race.
Mm-hmm.
And the reasoning behind that is they're looking at how can they benefit from you. When I was a fisherman, I wasn't only just a fisherman, I was a sales rep.
Right.
So when I was traveling these states, it was all about, you know, going to these tackle shops and trying to get baits in their stores and this and that. You know what I mean? It's not all about just, hey, I want your stuff, pay me or give it to me.
Right.
So you got to show them if they're not making money, they're not going to give you nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So if they see a top competitor, then yeah, they're going to give them everything in the world, like Tim Cameron and Wade and Nick and all them. Yeah, they're going to get better benefits because they are on the podiums all the time.
Yeah.
But you can be that same person by being a good salesperson.
Um.
If Raceline or for instance Tim, if I make Tim thousands and thousands of dollars, do you think he would pay me? Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I brought him a motor build every week, eventually he'll give me something off of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's scratch your back, scratch mine kind of deal.
Yeah. I've got a buddy that's never been on the podium, and he's done the sponsor work. He's
Exactly.
Matt Holt is who I'm talking
Yep.
about.
Yep.
And he's got Warren, he's got he's got a bunch of sponsors, but he's a salesman.
Right.
He will sell it,
Right.
and
And that's the whole thing.
that's not saying nothing bad because I love Matt.
Yeah,
But
Matt's awesome. I like Matt myself.
yeah, it's just it's goes along with what you were saying. You don't have to be on a podium to get sponsors.
Right.
So
Like, for instance, Raceline, I was talking to my rep and, I told him, I said, look, man, told him my fishing background, told him, about doing photo shoots and, videos and stuff. Cause, a lot of my videos were on websites front page or they used it for marketing and used it at ICAST, which is a huge, tackle show in Florida. That's, the biggest in the world and this and that. But, it's all about what can I do for you? You know what I mean? If you come into a sponsor and say, hey, I want money, they're going to laugh at you.
yeah, right. Yeah.
But if you show them, hey, I'll take this discount and I'll show you what I can do, then they'll come to you and say, hey, you're no longer going to pay for anything. You let me know what you need.
Mm-hmm.
And then next thing you know, they're going to say, hey, I'm going to give you this amount for your race season. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about working with that company and building relationships. And, sometimes it works, sometimes it don't.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. Exactly. That's how it is. Holly, Laswell from the Outlaw series says, "Dang it, I'm late to the party." It's
As
okay, Holly.
as always, it's all right. Show
It's
up when you
okay.
can.
This will be up on Addictive Photography's YouTube page and also my Facebook page. So we're actually live on both right now at the same time. But we're about to wrap it up. One last question: who has been the biggest help for your racing program?
That it's Tim with Side by Side Motorsports. And like I said, coming out of the gate, nobody knew who I was. You know, nobody had really even talked to me. You know what I'm saying? They were like, "Who's this guy? Where'd he come from?" Because I went from fishing straight to racing.
Yeah,
So nobody really knew me in the industry because I've been out of it for so many years, and I've gained a lot of respect from a lot of people, through the racing and being helpful, and you carry your personality is everything. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's just like this, for instance. Like we were talking earlier about Tim Cameron. Just because he's a quiet person, everybody thinks he's a jerk.
yeah.
You know, and so, but I'm very talkative, and I talk to everybody and try to be everybody's friend and try to please everybody, and it's hard to do. But it's been tough, but it's gotten a lot better. The more racing I've done and the better I've done, I've gained a lot of respect for a lot of people.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, you definitely come up pretty quick in your first year racing.
I'm
Mhm.
excited for next season just because I'm more familiar with everything now. I'm not nervous when I'm getting in the driver's seat no more. I just go.
Yeah,
So it was kind of nerve wracking them first couple of races, getting in there, strapping in, and it's like, oh Lord, what's going to happen here? But next season, I'm looking forward to it. I'm actually ready for a break, so that way we can get everything ready for next year. Because I'm coming out swinging, so I hope everybody's ready.
that's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. So what is this right here? Is this old man? Is that what this is?
This is
Getting old?
so. I don't know honestly. This goes back to. Did you see me blast that rock at that event where I blowed my tires out?
Yeah.
At that very bottom, I come off that hill and I just matted it, and it
You was
exploded.
coming. You was coming straight at me.
Yeah.
I, I,
Okay.
I was right there. Yeah, I see. Yeah, I seen it. I was
Well, I
like,
don't
dang.
know if it's from that, like, but right here, I'm in a lot of pain, and it's
Mm.
been like it for a while, and it's gotten worse, and I think it's broke. Um, but unfortunately, if I don't work, I can't race, and I've got a race coming up, so I have not had time to go get X-rays,
Uh,
and I got a race. So if you see me in a hard cast come Saturday, I made time to go because if I'm wearing this, I'm really hurting.
yeah. What's Heroes Ride? You know anything about a Heroes Ride?
The Heroes
And
Ride is from my understanding, is the Indian Mountain Ride.
okay.
It's another event going there, and I don't know if I'll be there.
Yeah, Tanner said, "Bub, you got to come to the Heroes Ride." I didn't know what it was, so I was
Yeah,
like,
it's an Indian Mountain. Apparently it's a lot more organized and it's a nicer race. Don't know,
"Huh,
but that
wonder who,
place is so
wonder
unorganized. I don't know if I'll ever go back to it.
who." I only go for events. I mean, I don't really have anything to ride around, so I'll have a razor this weekend. Though I'm taking my dad's up there, so I have something to get
So
around.
you're gonna run stock class, right?
Yeah, in your vehicle, in your UTV. If so,
Ask them if you can run amateur in it.
yeah. Uh, Cody Carlock says we might swing it. Might wait. Cody might swing what? Wildcat or the Heroes Ride? Which one, Cody? You thinking about? You got to tell us.
I doubt Wildcat.
Yeah, I don't know. Waiting for that answer, Cody. Come on, I know you faster than that, son.
Can't blame it on the internet now.
You right? Or an iPhone.
Yeah.
um. So are you are you going to be selling in any of those shirts?
Yeah, I've got to get some more made, and I've got to see what the cost is. I'm pretty sure hats and shirts going to be probably about $20 a piece. I'm not here to try to make a lick off of them or anything.
Oh yeah,
But I'm probably going to try to get some made. The more people wanting them, so I'm probably going to have some made that I can have some while we're out racing.
do you
It's
have
not
any?
anything I'm going to try to push or anything, you know.
Right.
I don't know. It's just kind of weird to me, I guess. I don't.
Do you have any extras now?
No, I do not. When I ordered a bunch, it was mainly for the. And in fact, we're going to change them up a little bit. We're going to have crew on them, so that way the rock race and the outlaw people know who's actually with me.
Gotcha.
So they can't question, you know. So if we're going to have other people that's asking for shirts, Heroes Ride.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, he's you know people's asking for shirts and stuff, and so we want it to be able to be separated a little bit. So we're going
Mhm.
to make them a little different, so that way, whether it be rock racing or outlaws, they'll know who's actually
In your
family
group.
or crew of mine.
Okay, I got you. I got you. Cool. Heck yeah, man. I really appreciate you coming on, getting your story out, letting everybody know. And hopefully if you don't care, we could come back before season starts and go over what you've done in the off season and see what you got
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
up.
I'll be all for it because there's hopefully going to be some changes coming soon. So,
Cool. Heck
and
yeah,
you'll get to
man.
see the new buggy.
That's right. That's right. All right. Well, I appreciate you. I'll see you Saturday morning. And Anthony says, I need one for crew, sir. So yeah, my man, I appreciate it a lot. A lot of people don't want to come on here, and I don't know why. I know I'm not somebody big, but it's
Man,
I enjoy it.
you've been
I,
hard to look at for the last hour and a half.
yeah, yeah, I know. So hard your phone didn't even want to work for a little bit.
I know, right?
All right, my man. Well, I appreciate you, man.
All right, buddy. Take care,
Have a good
man.
one. See you, buddy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Gary Nash. Man, that's awesome. Going from fishing to racing to man, I can't wait. I can't wait. The more and more seat time he gets in that buggy, the faster and faster he's gonna get. So yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I appreciate everybody joining in. I'm gonna try to set something up for next week. It's gonna be after finals. I don't know what racer wants to come on. Cody, I would love to have you on if you're still in here. Talk about the outlaw uh season championship and all that. But holler at me if you may be interested. But I do appreciate everybody for following along for the last hour and a half. But catch me next time when you see the Hardline. When you see the Hardline logo, I'm about to go live. So appreciate it. See ya. Peace.